streamed that.
Quit playing.
And I'm vlogging it too. Gas showed up. What's happening?
Yeah.
I want that to sound too
Yes.
sure about that.
He's so mad.
About to drive a Ferrari F430.
What's happening? What's happening?
Because I know what he just got back from, so it's okay.
Oh man,
This is Any and Everything podcast where we know everything about absolutely nothing. We are your hosts, Moan, Ralph, Mark. Zoe couldn't make it today, but hopefully he'll be back next Sunday. And hopefully, before next week and figure out our new schedule.
So they're eating this strange booty.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You said it got him sick, huh?
I think he got E. coli from eating booty cheeks.
With a mix of pink eye.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Hey, listen, he ain't here to defend himself, so
Don't do that, bro.
Oh, he gonna learn. He gonna learn not to miss an episode.
I fully expect for this. And don't get me wrong, he is under the weather. I know he's not feeling well, but it don't change nothing from us.
No, not at all.
Still ain't shit. But anyway, what it do, fellas?
What's going
What's
on?
happening? Nothing too much.
Good people.
Let's get into our what's been good for the week, man. Holla at your boy. What's good, Mo?
Oh
How's your
man,
week,
mine is gonna be extended. Y'all want me to start first?
Go for it, bro. Mine's been
Go for
really
it.
quick.
Shoot. If you want to get out the way, shoot.
All right. Well, so this week's been interesting. Well, I want to say I have been enjoying my new car. Been finding a lot of features with it and stuff like that. Been using it, as I work. But my most eventful week is, so I got to tell y'all. So I got 3 kids, right? There's Zoe. He came in here. I thought he came here to defend himself.
I just okay. Anyway, please continue, dog.
So as you know, I don't know if everybody knows, but I do have 3 kids, and me and the wife are done. So I want to go through the whole procedure of possibly getting snipped. So I went to orientation. So this is where I have a discrepancy because Ralph, dog, what's going on with you, bro?
Right, you supposed to be under the weather, and your ass is under a car roof. Get your ass out of here.
There you go. Kick him out. Anyway, so I don't know. So anyway, I went to orientation for the procedure, and Ralph has had this procedure done, but he has failed to tell me that the doctor played with your balls.
Yeah.
Okay. Another grown. Ain't no absolutely. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I'm in there having a normal conversation with the dude, right? And then next thing you know, he was like, do you mind? I'm like, do you mind what? And he goes, can I take a look? I'm proud of myself. Yeah, you can take a look. And then he start putting on gloves after I put my pants down. And then he starts grabbing them. And then he's feeling around. And I'm standing up, and it's another grown man with his face where my stuff is, and he's talking to me at the same time, observing, right?
What the fuck?
Doc, so I guess the whole point is he wants to make sure that that it can be
still
done.
got balls. That's what it is.
Oh, they was hanging and dangling. Okay.
Correct.
So anyway, after I went through that whole uncomfortable situation, he told me what it entails. He told me, what I got to do. And then after the procedure's done, my homeboy also failed to tell me. I'm talking about you, Doc. You failed to tell me. You failed to tell me that I got to whack this boy off like 20 times before I know I'm safe.
What?
That's their stipulations. And then after you do that, You have to go and do that at the hospital so they can test you to make sure you're good. And then if you ain't good, you got to go home and do some meat snatching at home for another 20 times. Until you get it all out of you. So it was a totally different experience for me.
All right, so let me weigh in on this real
So I
quick.
got zoned out. That's new. What?
Let me weigh on this a little bit, okay? So when I went for mine, I didn't have to do all that shit, okay? You know, I
Oh, so
went
you
in
just
there.
saying he just wanted to play with my balls.
I think he just wanted to play with your balls. So
Oh my
I
God.
went in there, you know, everything was cool. They asked me the question, said, "Am I sure I wanted to get it done?" They asked how many kids I have, blah blah blah. He did take his glove. He was like, "All right, here's where the tubes are. We'll be snipping here. We'll be snipping here." I pulled the boys back up. It's gone. Okay. Now the second portion of where you gotta, you know, do that 30 times in a cup. Clearly,
Not in the cup. You got to do that to get it all out. And then you come back for one testing situation and you got to do it
okay.
at the hospital.
I think that's overkill. Okay. There ain't that much. 30 times, bro. 30 times. Let me think about how much 30 times. You can't go 5 times in a row because literally there's
Hey, I don't
nothing
know,
there.
dog. You put on your favorite video, dog. You might be able to go 30, 30 times in a session, dog.
This this guy,
I got me and y'all. I'm lost in the
I
sauce.
tell y'all all the time, dog. You
Yeah.
take the candles, you set them up, you play some music. You know what I'm saying? You make sure everybody gone. You dim the lights. You light the
This,
incense, and then you go. You go down there and whoop his ass.
You know this live, right? You know this live, right?
oh my god,
You know
bro.
we got a whole topic.
Oh my
We didn't
god.
even get into nobody's week. You know this
Hey
is
man.
live, though, right?
All right.
Hey,
So
it got to be done.
all right, so Mo, you set up. Okay, you set up for the week. You've had a very interesting week. Sounds like we're gonna move on over though. We're gonna move to Mark.
My week is
Hopefully,
great. My week is good. It's good. I mean, I don't got nothing. We just
Ain't
talking
nobody
about,
playing with your balls this week, so you good.
we just talking about setting a tune to your own music. My life is pretty good. So let's
Hey.
go to the next one.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Hey, baby. You ain't walking
Hey.
in nothing, baby.
hey, that's your husband.
Let's
Okay,
go to the next one.
that's your husband. And I'm
Wow,
gonna
what
keep it
about you,
real.
man? How your
My,
week
my
going, man?
my week was real simple, man. Busy. Been at work. Finally got my car back from the tuning shop. You know, feel a little bit of a difference there. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Ready
congratulations.
to kick ass and take names on the streets, but you know, in Mexico, not in the streets, because I don't drag race. It's highly illegal. But other than that, man, everything's been everything, man. Still, like I said, still always working on the house. I'm hoping within the next week or two, you know what I'm saying, I can get rid of all these little bubbly backgrounds and stuff that I got going on, and I can show y'all everything I got going on behind me, man. But
Okay, that'd be nice.
working process. Trying to get on my man Mark's level and Moni
Hey,
Mo's
man,
level.
that's
Oh, yeah. What's up, Tony? Oh, yeah.
But
Go ahead. Look at that
Lo,
background that Mark got. Mark got that nice background back
yeah,
there.
Hey, man, it's the
Hey.
man cave, man. It's the man cave.
That's what I'm talking about. And see, and that's where I'm sitting right now.
The home away from home.
That's it, man. That's it. Freedom space.
Don't
All right,
Right.
so let's hop into this thing, Mo. You want to go ahead and fire? You know what, Mark? Why don't you fire us off, bro?
Yeah, you haven't fired one off yet, man. Go ahead and do that, bruh.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
This is something I always thought about, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we're touching on this because I always told myself, like, you know, when is it ever a good time to be like, matter of fact, when have it ever been a time where you felt you were being selfish in a relationship? And when is it ever a good time to be selfish in a relationship? If it's even a good time to be selfish. You get my drift? Like, it was a real good question I thought of and really wanted to tap into it. So I wanted to get some opinions. I love the comments. Just to get some feedback. Figure out, you know, how it works. Damn, Zoe, you look healthy down there, man. Good to see you, man.
we
gonna make
mixed on the podcast, bruh.
you gonna make this man jump right back in here.
But yeah, I want some input, man. I want to really get some input on when is a good time to be selfish, and is it ever a good time to be selfish in a relationship?
Oh, dude, I got all the smoke for this topic, bro.
Give it
All
up.
the smoke for this topic because there are do's and don'ts when it comes to being selfish, right? It's okay to be selfish with, like people said online, because I put this status up on my Facebook, right? And
Okay.
it's okay to be selfish when it comes to food, right? Because we all have that situation where, we order what we order, and then you putting your hand over here on my plate. Like, no, you ordered your shit, and then I ordered my shit. If you wanted what I have, then you should have ordered it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just how I look at it. But it's not okay to be selfish with things like funds and things like that. And perfect example.
MJ
Uh,
Viz, what's happening?
what up, though? What up, though? What up, though?
What it is?
When it involves your mental health, I don't think that's a good time to be selfish. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hard to not be selfish about that, but in turn you're being selfish. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to always try to put that weight on someone else, right? A lot of us do that. We got something going on. We don't want to sit here and like, you know what, let me tell you what's going on. Because you're like, I don't want to bring this person down. Even if that is your significant other, I don't want to bring them down. But on the flip side, it's still being selfish because when you're pissed or you got something on your mind, but you don't want to talk about it, they don't understand why you're upset. So you're acting different to them. You're not even noticing. You just like, I'm taking it, the best way I can. But it leaves them kind of lost because they're like, yo, why is this motherfucker acting shitty? Like being real short, don't want to do anything, don't want to talk. And sometimes all it takes, like, look, I got some shit going on, I got a lot of shit on my mind.
What's up,
I don't
Amber?
really want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Just that alone takes the selfishness part away because now they know what they could expect. You know what I'm saying? If they don't know what to expect, you know what I'm saying? And you, like I said, you got an attitude, you're upset, you're pissed, and you don't want to talk about it. You know, they don't know. They just think they may be the problem, and it be furthest away from the truth. But you don't know how to explain that because, like I said, nobody wants to see that burden put on anyone else. But yeah, it can be selfish. So that's what I'm saying. It's okay to be selfish in the smaller things, smaller aspects. Um, and the bigger things, not so much. At least to me.
Okay.
And I mean, I can say more, but I don't want to take over the whole damn thing. You know what
Oh
I'm
no,
saying?
we don't have. We got an hour. We
I mean,
yeah.
I look at it in a few different views, right? So there's selfish in a good way, selfish in a bad way, and there's selfish uh that is, how can I explain it? It's it's just there, it's unannounced. And what I mean by that is you got selfishness where if you don't include someone that's normally included in the situation that you don't include and you purposely do that, then that's selfish. The good selfish to me is sometimes that requires time, sometimes that requires a day. You can even plan a good selfish day. For an example, my wife, when Mother's Day come around, she like, that's my day, that's my day, I want to do just me. I have
Absolutely.
no problem with that. you
Absolutely.
know and it was selfish of me at times because uh we had the podcast. I'm like, well, I got to do this, but that day was important to her.
Absolutely.
So, and I shared that with Ralph. We talked about it, and that's when we decided, let's just move it to the next day, including all of us. We needed to be selfish with our mothers at the same time. Then you have the selfishness stuff to where you don't know you're being selfish. And it can go in a good way, it can go in a bad way. Usually when that happens is when you're accustomed to doing something and that person hasn't you've always done a certain thing that person wasn't included with. And sometimes when you get with someone and that's not the first thing you think about. And that's what I mean by the selfishness that just comes up. So uh I feel like it should have all aspects. Selfishness is actually positive in a relationship depending on the situation. Okay. And me, I like to play video games. I like to do the content creation. I like to go out. But then my wife always tells me, Ramon, you gotta plan that stuff. You gotta, so we can be included. So I'm planning to be selfish in a good way so I can enjoy myself.
Okay.
you know. And then you also got the ones where, you like the whole food thing that Ralph was talking about. It can be selfish when you always used to do something with someone. And then sometimes you can take that time to say, you know what, I'm about to do this myself. But that other person thinks that they're included. And then so that's actually being selfish in a bad way, because you didn't elaborate that you wasn't going to include them this time. So those are a few of my takes on it with that. But we do have, like, every single week, we always do a definition. And I kind of, dampered this one up a little bit, right? So being selfish in a relationship. Being selfish in a relationship isn't always bad. Of course, relationships are made up of compromise and mutual respect. But sometimes it's okay to be a bit selfish. In fact, some studies have found that being selfish can be beneficial to your relationship. Did you guys know that?
No,
That
that's
goes
good.
back, but see, that goes back to what MJ Vidge just said. Everyone needs that mental health break. Everyone should set time aside in a relationship for self care, and that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But here's my thing, and you know me, I like to throw monkey wrenches in the shit. Um, is that considered selfish though?
What is what
Is it
considered selfish?
it having a self care day? Is that considered selfish?
No.
If and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, and I think that's the other problem, right? Is that a lot of people think, God damn, I don't really want to say that this is going to be my day, or I ain't doing shit. That just seems kind of shitty. It seems kind of selfish, but it's not. Sometimes you're deserving of these things.
In a way, yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And it's on, like, it's self care. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad if I spent all week, right, all week working on the crib, Monday through Friday, doing everything, and Robin says at the end of the week on Saturday, "Hey, I really need a day." I can't really get mad.
Can't
I
get
want
mad.
my day. All that means is I may need to shift mine around, right? Some people will be like, "Oh, that's selfish. You the one that did all the work." Well, I never said she wasn't doing the work too. I just said that I'm doing this Monday through Friday, and she wants that day off. So
So,
is
so
it still
I
go
don't
ahead?
mean to throw it in there, but you kind of lead into what Amber is saying, right? So where you kind of feel like you lose self relationship due to giving your all, but you're doing it in a good way. And what I mean by that is sometimes you can be selfish with yourself, and it's not fair.
That's it right
Okay.
there.
And this is what Amber's talking
Okay.
about. You know what I'm saying? Like you can give your all so much that you don't
You
include
lose
yourself.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
lose
lose
yourself.
yourself in it. And I didn't want Amber to know that I didn't see it because I saw that. I just didn't know when, because sometimes when we look at the comments, we kind of veer off, and I kind of wanted you to finish what you were saying, but you started leading on to that.
Well,
Yeah,
no
and
facts.
that's absolutely facts though. Like, sometimes we tend to. Okay, prime example. Like, say you meet somebody, they're vegan. You're not a vegan. You'll try to adapt to them being a vegan to please them. Now, that's not being, like, selfish or whatever, but you adapting to it. You might have a day where you're like, yeah, this vegan thing ain't for me. Immediately kicks in, you're being selfish now because you're not abiding to what the relationship was formed around. But initially, it was something that you was doing to please them. So you could lose yourself with trying to
Make
see
the
what
other.
word,
It's
trying
just
to,
trying to impress the other person.
yeah, in a way. And then it can come off as selfish when it's not done. And so if you don't like it, so you start doing something on your own. And a lot of people confuse that. Like you said, it's a big confusion on how selfishness is played. Like the mental health thing, that's something that just need to happen. Like you said, you shouldn't even consider that a mental. You shouldn't even consider that selfishness, because if your mental health is affected and you're communicating with your spouse or your person that you might need a day, anybody need to understand that, whether it's a friend, foe, anything. Like, hey, I need a day. My head is somewhere else, and I don't really consider that selfishness. That's something you got to do. You got to have something to be an outlet
That's
to
right, baby.
Facts.
Agree.
keep it together.
Sorry, I was agreeing with my baby.
What's he say? What's he,
Go
what's he
ahead, pull it
say?
up, Ralph.
It's self because the person is putting themselves first, but like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I
Well,
agree.
now let's just go right off, off the rip. I would like to say that it's extremely selfish if a vegan expects me to not eat bacon. Okay. You got
That's
me
true.
fucked up.
Oh, my
You got me
But not in
fucked
a
up.
silly way though. You can't be so selfish. So when you meet somebody, right? You can't be so selfish because you accustomed to them that you're gonna force that person to do what you're gonna do.
That's what I'm saying.
They
But
mean the
hopefully it's
best
not a
though.
force. Hopefully it's not a force. Now, force is being selfish. A force
Oh,
is like, if
ain't
you
nobody
gonna be
forcing
vegan, you gotta
shit.
be a vegan. That's being selfish.
Let me tell you something. Ain't about to be no forcing or nothing. Okay, I'm gonna force my foot in someone's ass. They try to take my bacon away. Okay, bacon is life.
But the same, and I hate to, I hate to do this, but it's gonna be a derailing going on because sometimes, and I hate to say it, in some cases of male and females, selfishness in sex life plays a major role in some cases too. Like, you know, you might have somebody that go down a little more than the other person going down a little more. You might have somebody that just, you know, oh, I'm done. And then they roll over and go to bed. And then the girl like, damn, I didn't even get there yet. Or vice versa. So, you can play this card however you want to. So I'm going in the sexual route now. Do
Well,
you feel?
That's true.
well, okay, all right.
We're
So,
gonna
so
try
I'll
both.
throw this out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a different route between being married, being in a relationship, and having friends with benefits. You know that, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So
You got friends with benefits. You ain't entitled to shit but a nut.
and that's the point I'm making.
And when I say that, I don't mean for both parties. It's a fucking race. It's
So
a
who
race.
gonna go first?
Who gonna let off first? And let me tell you,
but yes,
I can win that race if I want to.
broad. So it won't be so broad and all over the place. Just consider relationship and marriages. It's just kind of
Okay.
dumb it down a little bit.
All right, so I got two scenarios for that one, right? So in a relationship, I feel like it should be all right. It should be both ways on this subject, right? It should be equal regardless,
I'm
right?
going both ways. I ain't going
No, fool.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm talking about what Mark was stating as far as the sexual actions in the bed, right? And I feel like if you boyfriend and girlfriend, it should be more equally. When you're married, I feel like if
This should
one
be equal
person,
too.
well, hear me out. When you marry, you got a lifetime with that person, right?
Right.
Okay, so some days it's gonna be more than other. Let's just face the facts, because you have a lifetime with that person.
Look around.
You know,
Look around.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
It doesn't happen.
I hear what you're saying. What I'm saying though is, sometimes you're not gonna give you 100%. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
So are you talking about like getting it in or a quickie? Yeah, are you talking about those are the two things?
Either or. The
Because
head.
my thing is the
boot
quickie.
hole.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, listen.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I see. I hadn't visited that dark portal.
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
I don't go through certain doors.
No, I don't either.
What I'm saying is that, you know, when you're married, if it's a quickie, y'all both know it's a quickie, so y'all both gonna give quickie status. But if y'all both getting it in, y'all both getting it in. So it should be a team effort.
Yeah,
right?
when you having sex, but I'm talking about the extra stuff you have to role play.
The foreplay,
Or-
like
and all that stuff. Sometimes somebody's gonna be doing it more than the other, and it's more beneficial when you in a marriage because, you know, number one, that person ain't going nowhere. Well, in a sense, you know what I mean. It's supposed to be forever, you know. And secondly,
that shit forever.
Right? I kill it. That's just how
that
that is.
That or a body bag, one of the two. There's no other options. Just saying.
I like that. I do like that. I like that. Now that's what I've been dealing with. I like that. That's what I've been dealing with. See, now I've been taking a few steps back to kind of rebuild financially, emotionally, mentally, all that stuff. I've been taking a few steps back. Spiritually, I've been taking a few steps back to find where I'm at, to get myself in a better Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm back. But I've been trying to find out a way to rebuild myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ralph, what the fuck?
I got his ass.
So this is what I'm doing.
Got
when it comes to my mental, then finding myself being happy to provide for anybody. That's what I've been going through. Like that's one of the big, and I'm glad she just touched on that because that's something I'm going through. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's okay to be selfish, blah 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 blah. But I'm like, I don't consider it selfish if I'm trying to better myself for everyone else. Because, and unfortunately, it's a slippery road because you have to be selfish to rebuild yourself to be better for everybody else. So I like that. Thank you for that. That's exactly my page of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Ralph, you a piece of shit.
What I do? I didn't even do nothing. I didn't even do nothing.
You gotta be crying. No, Ralph in the background. He like,
I know he's a weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. He wore a pink shirt today for a reason.
Damn right. Pink lemonade, bitches. Anyway.
All right, but sometimes not that easy because always one doing more than the other doing sex. That's why I made that comment about the difference between being in a relationship and you being married, because it's totally different when you in a relationship. A lot of people think like, and this is for real. I have a family member who was with someone, and they think marriage is just a name change and you're done. That's it.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
They
no.
never, and that comes with someone never being taught morals, responsibilities, and priorities, right? Or what the meaning of life. When it comes to sex, communication is very important because someone may not be necessarily selfless. They just don't feel comfortable with certain things for different reasons. But that's because you ain't got a freak. That's what that is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ramon.
I'm just saying.
He not wrong, bro. He not wrong. Because here's the thing, right? I maybe I can be considered selfish, but there's some shit I'm just not willing to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one. It's some people that I know. they be on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? They like stuff going. They like stuff going in them, and they guys.
And it's
You know
very
what I'm saying?
weird. Yeah, I get that. I get
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You're not doing that. Sorry.
Right.
You're not doing that.
But then there's some other people that like, you know, they like you to pack the back door full. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess I can be considered less of a freak because I ain't willing to go in the Duke shoot. You know what I'm saying?
not doing that.
Oh, you talking about you not willing to take it or you not willing to go in there?
Either way. Wait, I think the first question, of course not, motherfucker.
I just asked a question.
How the hell did we get here? Okay, look.
Because he said something.
Because some people feel that it's selfish that you're not willing to try these things.
Right, absolutely.
Right?
Okay, all right.
And
So
like,
I'm one of them. I'm not talking about me taking it, but I feel like, you know, if you got somebody that's inquiring about something, not that. But if you wanted to go in the boo hole, you know, then you should try it one time to see if you like it.
Wait a second. Wait. This is one of them times where that don't knock it till you try shit. Don't bring that into this thing. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, look. Let me do this. And I'm not trying to discriminate nobody. Hey, whatever you like, you like. Whatever you want to try it. Some people might not want to go that route. I don't know. But no, you should not be able to compromise and try everything your spouse asks you to, because like I said, for prime example, you might have somebody that's like, you know what, hey, yes, invite somebody.
Can you at least have the conversation?
Yeah, I mean, have the conversation, but
okay,
you might have somebody like, for prime example, you might have somebody like, hey, just invite somebody else into the room. The woman might not be happy with that. She might be I tell you what,
for that. Anytime you involve a third party, it never goes well. It's good for the moment.
Is it ever?
It's good for the moment, but there's always this thing called jealousy that always kicks in, and when you're dealing with females with emotions, but it don't work out 100% for a lifetime.
But what I'm saying is, it is becoming selfish if you say us as men, is coercing the woman to do this. Now it's selfish because now we just want to have a threesome. We don't care about nothing else.
Do we ever?
Then that's being selfish on us. Absolutely, because she might not want to do that. She might be like, I don't even think of vagina. let alone do I want to have to see one in my face. I have my man.
Oh, look who healed himself with kryptonite.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Damn.
and you can't even hear his ass.
Okay, but back to what I'm saying, though. Back to what I'm saying. I can get that. This is going back to what Amber was talking about, the compromising. Some things you don't want to do. Like I said, even in that situation, in that aspect, that's going to the situation of a woman. Like think about this. I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in this plan, right? Because just say you a guy, you want your girl to bring another girl in. Why is it so different if a girl be like, oh, I want another guy in the room? You get what I'm saying? It's gonna come to a point where you like, oh, wait a second. I can tell you the difference.
I can tell you the difference. I can tell you the difference between that because it's what society make it out to be.
Absolutely.
Because we all agree. It's like money, right? The only reason why it's valuable is because we all say so. Okay. So when you get to a situation where it's like a woman, you want to have a threesome with a woman, but then when a guy come in, it's how society thinks. Like, oh no, I ain't doing that. I mean, things are changing with this whole. I mean, you see on TV every day, but I'm just saying it's what society make it out to be. I learned in school that the reason why, and back in the day when, I know I'm about to sound stupid, but George Washington, first president, y'all used to wear heels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And I learned in school that the reason why society think it's not good for men is because we say so. There's nothing in the English language or there's nothing in morals or nothing that say that men can't wear heels. It's what we all say for it to be.
Well, that's very true. I mean, look at Prince. Right?
He can pull that off, though.
Now, my thing is, I think the reason why they did that shit back then, this is a little bit off the subject, is because they were all short as fuck, right? And now, if you short, just fuck it, you short. Here's what it is. We ain't putting on no heels for that. But back to what you were just saying, as far as, because society says that, this is how it's supposed to go. Are you telling me the only reason you wouldn't let another guy, come in your situation is because society told you shit?
Now y'all talking about society. We gotta get back on selfishness.
Well,
I was getting ready to say because that sounds weird or selfish.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm letting y'all go. Y'all the one.
Hey, Zoe got something to say. Go ahead, dog.
No, go ahead. Keep going. I'll ride on what y'all talking about. Go ahead.
Paul.
You ain't riding on nothing. That's no
right. Right.
It's a man show. Yeah, look what you got yourself into.
Yep. You walked in and said the most suspectiest thing. But it's all good, dog. You still my guy. You know what I'm saying? You can, Mark, he wants to ride on your conversation. So.
Ralph, don't fucking play with me. Don't fucking play with me, Ralph. Look, what I'm saying is, though, get back on this shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of times where selfishness play a role. Like, I had a friend not too long ago, and we was talking about this, and he felt bad. And they're together. Him and his spouse is together. Talking about they got bank accounts and everything joined. But he felt bad that he had a separate bank account. She didn't know nothing about. He got a separate bank account. She don't know nothing about. And it's just like racked up. And he felt bad. He came to me. He felt so bad because he's like, man, I know we do everything together. We talk about everything together. Everything is on the board. But he said he felt like he was being misdeceiving and being backstabbing by having a separate account she didn't know nothing about.
He's tight as hell. You about to wear them out?
And he actually felt bad. And I was thinking to myself, like, you feel bad because you got extra money saved up? Or do you feel bad because she don't know that you have extra money saved up? Which would dive into the question of, like I said, going back to selfishness. Like, and I didn't really know what to tell him at the time because he was really overwhelmed. Like, I think I need to just tell her what I did, but I got so much money in this account. By now, if I tell her, she's going to feel like I've been, like, coming up with a backup plan or coming up with an out plan. And I'm like, well, if you just be honest with her, I wouldn't think she'd think it was selfish, but I think she would look at it more so if this might be a good idea for the both of us to do, just in case the other plans fall apart. And to this day, he still haven't told her. And you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, bro, like
I didn't got a backup plan.
But he says not.
Yeah.
I do feel like a backup plan.
As soon as she's like fired, you're like, fuck you, bitch, I'm
like a backup plan.
Bitch, I'm rich.
All right. So I got a question for y'all. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just, but that's the same thing, right?
Okay.
And literally the exact same thing that happened with me. You know, me and Robin, we have joint accounts, so we have our own accounts, but we can see each other's accounts. Well, I got paid multiple times in a month, like a lot, and I wouldn't do anything with my regular check, but my bonus check I would keep. I go to the bank, I cash it, and it wasn't to be, like, she don't know I have this. It was just more I wanted my own funds. Like if I wanted to have a lot of extra money, I had it. If I wanted to go out and buy something, I didn't want to have to, oh shit, man, I need to figure out what we
It's the
need to
wife.
pay, this
Mhm.
shit. Let me get with the wife and I want to be able to just go out and get it. And it ate me up,
Really?
right? And before I had a chance to even really explain that that's what I was doing, she found out.
Damn.
And it wasn't like I can't believe. It's just like, why? Just, if you just wanted, extra bread, then take some extra bread, but there's no reason to hide it. You know what I'm saying? And that was just me being somewhat selfish, wanting to keep my own money, even though the money that I would keep, I would still spend it on her. And like a dumbass, I would never think. She's like, okay, ain't no way in hell. I know how much money he got. How is he buying me all this extra shit? And nothing's changing in the account because
Wow.
I'm not the brightest motherfucker in the world. And Robin
So stupid.
Robin handles the fucking finances, so it was real obvious. And like I said, I wasn't doing it to be mischievous. Like I said, I spent the money that I kept. I spent most of it on her and the girls. I mean, if anything, I would take $60 to $80 to buy myself a game or something like that. But other than that, I'd be splurging it on them. And she's like, yo, that's cool. And I really appreciate it, but we could use that money in other ways. You know what I'm saying? If you still want to do that, that's great. But there's times where we needed money and I didn't know that you had money. And I was scrambling trying to figure out what we needed to do at that certain point in time. And here it is, you have plenty of money to go ahead and handle the situation and money left over. So, you don't know until you say something. But that's just, like I said, that's one of the things that I did. So, yeah, it ate me up. You know what I'm saying? And even now, you know what I'm saying? I get bonus checks. And sometimes I do just cash them. But, I mean, not to sound like I'm a bitch or anything, but I almost bring it straight to her like, yo, do we need to do anything with this? If not, I'm trying to do this.
That's being responsible.
It don't make
That's
you.
being
It don't make
But,
you.
but
a bitch at all.
I mean,
everybody's
yeah,
situation
because
is different though.
yeah,
Because
I mean,
like me. Oh, go ahead,
Here's
Zo.
the thing. At the time, though, it wasn't with the money I was getting back then. That wasn't even it wasn't a responsible thing, right? It wasn't like an irresponsible thing, should I say? Had plenty at the time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't one of those situations like, yeah, we really need to put this money to the side so we can do that. I mean, it was literally like, I was stressing on how I was going to pay for this entire package for when we went on a cruise. And
Right.
here it is, you actually had the money. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have to worry about moving stuff around in the accounts because you just had the cash.
Okay.
And after that, I mean, we got everything we needed and everything was squared away. So, now I would never do that because finance is totally different, inflation, all the other bullshit. But at the time, that was the biggest selfish moment that I had in my relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I thrive on trying to be honest and upfront, especially with your significant other, with my wife. I try to tell her everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something that she really needs to know and something that we really need to handle together as a family or as a unit, as Kevin Hart would say, as a whole unit. So, was it okay at the time? Well, she didn't know what she didn't know. So at the time, it didn't hurt anybody, but it was starting to bother me. So like I said, it was my selfish moment. So I get where your friend is like, yo, I got this money in an account off to the side that they don't know about. And depending on how much is in there, and I get it, man. If I had a couple $100,000 set off to the
Yeah, you
side
felt bad,
that I was
bro.
holding, I would kind of be nervous as well, bro.
What's
Think
up,
about
Mel?
it, bro. If you have plans, say I'm trying to, y'all know me. Say I'm trying to save my money up, but I want to put a down payment in a Lambo, right? It'd be stupid, but let's say that's what I was doing, right? I'm halfway there. I show Robin that I have this account. She's like,
Hello?
"Yo, bet we can get a lot of shit paid off."
no.
You know what I'm saying? We
And
can get
that's
this
true.
taken care of.
That's exactly what was going on with him. He had a lot But at
And
the
that-
same token, he's like, I just put it there and just forgot it. You know what I'm saying? Like he just left it there for like a rainy day, and it ate him up. Like, you know, it wasn't like he like, oh yeah, I'm saving him to get PS5 or boo boo boo. It wasn't nothing like that. He just had the money set aside, but it ate him up. And I'm glad that I'm getting your input on that, Ralph, because I'm looking like, damn, what I can understand now, because that's how he felt. Like, damn, you know, I'm open with my spouse. I'm dead open with my spouse with everything. Why am I not open with her for this one account that I have? And it ate him up. I'm real glad we touched on that. But one thing Amber said is, you know, it's bad. It's bad when, okay, say this, like prime example, and I love what she said. Because, yeah, a lot of selfishness can affect the partner, most definitely. Okay, yeah, prime example, right? Got a friend, he bought a car, he bought a brand new car. A brand new car. It was beautiful, too. Oh, man, it was beautiful. But he didn't tell his wife.
Oh,
He pulled that thing in the driveway.
Well, here's how I look at it.
Hey, listen,
It was so bad.
listen,
It was so bad.
listen,
It was so
that's
bad.
a little different though. That's a little
that's
different.
that's a little different, man.
Now,
That's a little
that's
different,
selfishness
man.
on the bad end, right there.
It
talking
can
about-
be. It can be. But at the same time, bro, what if you really wanted to get this shit, bro, and you know that you can afford it, you know that you could take care of it, and she's constantly like, no, because you don't need it. Like, who are you to tell me that I don't need it? If I got the money for it, it's fucking like, you know, let me spend my bread. So at one point, I'm just saying, at one point, it's like it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. Just
Look
saying.
here. It's how I look at it. Okay. I
By the
feel
way, what
like,
up, Mel?
okay, just like your situation, right? You guys share an account, you guys always talk to each other. But if I decide to save money every time I get paid, I shouldn't have to tell you that if I want to save towards something that I won't. You know, it didn't affect the bills, it didn't do this. And I put money aside. So a year or two come around, I got $100,000. I want to buy this Z06 2023 Corvette. That should be my decision. I'm the one that wanted to save for it. But you mad at me because we had to use the money that was in the account to pay for, let's say, remodeling the house or something. You didn't tell me you had all that. It wasn't for that. You know what I'm saying? So I took the little piece I had. It took me years to get here, and you went and take it all and put it towards something. So who's being selfish?
Right, because at that point, it's something
That's a
that
good one.
You know,
that's something that she wants.
That's a
at
good
that
point,
point.
Mo. I like that.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
At
Yeah,
that point,
so-
it's something that she wants, and it's not something that you had plans for.
You
So
made me think differently about that one, Mo. Like,
just saying,
no,
it's not being.
That's not
pause
being
on what I
right.
was about to say, because I honestly clap to you, because you're right.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was a good monkey
I'm just
wrench.
saying that you know, if you did it in a way that was completely responsible, didn't affect anybody, and you made a decision, and then it's not one of those things where I'm grown as hell, I should be able to do what I want to do.
Right.
Yes, but no. That in the situation, I'm an adult enough to save this money and take time to do it, and then I went and did that. Now you want to remodel the house. Now this ain't none of our situation. I'm just saying stuff.
Right.
You want to remodel the house. Why you didn't do what I did? You put money to the side.
And I tell you why, because she expects you to have the same mindset as her. She expects you to want to remodel the house.
How do I not have the same mindset if we still pay for it with the money that we had in our account?
I understand, but that's where the whole selfishness part comes
That's
in.
where the
right?
slippery slope is at, baby.
That's it right there.
Slippery slope.
Slippery slope.
Now here's the question that I got for y'all, because this actually happened to somebody I know. All right, he was at White Castle with his girl. He asked her, "Hey, do you want such and such?" She goes, "No, I'm good." "Are you sure? I got the money. I'll pay for it." It's like, no, I'm good. I think I'm good. So they sat down. He started eating. She reached over for his stuff. He cussed her out.
Facts.
Right? So was he wrong in that situation, or should he be like, "Oh, this is my woman. Go ahead, boo. You know, but I asked you. You could have had
No, I
whatever
asked
you
you.
wanted because I was going to pay for it." So
I feel
is
like
that a
this
good
is
selfishness?
I don't know
or
what
bad
that's
self?
called. I don't
Listen.
know. I swear to God, I think a lot of people go through this. I don't know what that's called. I put on my life, I have no idea.
Insanity.
What
That's what that's called.
It's called. I listen, and women may be upset, but that's just what women do. just be let's call a spade a spade. And y'all can get mad in the comments all y'all want, but y'all know it's the fucking truth. Y'all do that
That's
shit
insanity.
on fucking purpose. I swear y'all do that shit on fucking purpose. What do you want to eat? I don't know. You pick. I pick. I don't want that shit. Why did you even fucking ask me?
Wait. Go back to what Alexander just said. And that's
She's
perfect.
right.
That's
She's
right.
right.
That's right. Because I was in a situation something similar to that, where somebody was like, "Hey, look, I had to take care of this," and I'm just looking like, "Well, how much was it?" Well, I had to take care of it. It was about a good grand, and I'm like, "Whoa." And that's exactly how it hit. What you just saw was a true story, because I was looking like, wait, so whatever
Right, boo.
grand you just spent,
And that's insanity, Alex. And that's
I
insanity,
have to
Alex.
pick up the grand that you spent. I gotta readjust myself to put that grand back into the pot. And that's very true. At that time, I was looking like, wow, it hit hard, because it was something that they wanted to do. It's something they had to do. They had to do this, but there was no communication building up to it. So when it came, I was like, damn, I wasn't ready for it. Like, I had nothing saved up. I had no real backup plan to cover for that.
Facebook user, what it do?
Yeah, I don't know what
Whoever
it
the
is.
Facebook user is.
Facebook user.
Hey, look,
What's up, Facebook user?
I ain't mad at that.
That's anonymous.
That's the biggest anonymous shit I've ever seen in my
That's
life.
anonymous.
My
But
nigga.
at the time, I did take a financial hit with that move. Even though they had to do it, but there was no discussion done to prepare me for that financial hit. So once the grand was gone, I had to literally readjust. I'm talking about work harder than I had to readjust that extra oomph to put that grand back in.
Now, my question is though about the whole situation. Though, did she know that was coming?
It just happened. They just boom. I did it.
So what? I no, I hear you, right? But the
Right.
situation, and I'm not telling you, tell me exactly what the situation is, right? But with that situation, was it something that person knew was coming, or was like, hey, I got this phone call, I got to get this shit paid yesterday?
Oh yeah, they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming.
Oh,
But it was
see,
like,
and
really.
that's
Well,
yeah,
you're
see,
talking
and that's a
about
little different.
what Alex and Mel are saying, the communication part.
Oh,
You should be able to talk
absolutely. Candace,
to whoever. Go ahead, Ralph. I just wanted to say,
No,
because people
I
make
mean
comments
that,
on it.
yeah, because that's facts. I mean, but here's my other thing, and I'm gonna go back to what Alex was saying about the communication, hiding it. It can be considered bad if the spouse is struggling. I feel that if we're in a relationship and I'm doing this, I'm putting this off to the side, and something comes up to put my wife in a bad situation,
I'm using money I'm
then
saving. That's
then I'm
just
using
a
the money I'm
no-brainer.
saving. Right.
That's a
I feel
no-brainer.
like that. I feel
That's
like
not
that's a
everybody though. Everybody don't think that way.
right. And I can get that. And that's why, like Alex said, finances can destroy a relationship. But you should be, like Mel said, you should be comfortable enough, to not have to worry about if your spouse is hiding that money and putting you in a bad situation, right? I would never hold money if I knew we were screwed on something, right? And I know Robin wouldn't either. You know what I'm saying? If I'm down on my knuckles, bro, and I ain't got, and I'm stressing for bread, I don't have any doubt in my head that Robin got my back, and hopefully Robin doesn't have, a doubt in her head either. You know what I'm saying? If I was holding money and putting it to the side and saving it for something I needed to do, automatically my family comes first. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I'm saving for, that's clearly extra shit. That's fun shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I have a job and responsibility to my family. So if it pops off that way, then guess what? My wife got it. She's gonna have to get it. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be upset a little bit.
Tell
You know
you
what
what.
I'm
Now, when it comes to video games, I got it.
Oh, geez.
saying?
I'm playing,
and,
baby.
and that's the thing, though, Alex. Right? And I agree. If I got it, we got it. Right? If I got bread, we got bread. But I also want to be able to have my own pocket of bread. Like, I don't know if Robin may have a little side account off to the side that she's saving on. Don't know. Don't care. Doesn't bother me. As
Well,
long as
that's how
I'm
we
not
are. Everybody
right.
ain't us.
But as long as we not fucked up, and then you got some side money that can help us from not being fucked up, then I don't care what you do with the bread. You know what I'm saying? Business is taken care of, bills are paid. If there's extra money and it's yours, it's yours. I know if we get in a shitty situation, whatever money I got saved, or whatever money she got saved, we're gonna let our powers combine like Captain Planet and knock the shit out. You know what I'm saying? But
You can be
I
one
still
too.
think you should be able to save your money. You know what I'm saying? You
Go
should be
ahead.
able to
So
have
been
a
trying to
flexible
elaborate for the
plan.
longest. Go
My
ahead.
bad, dog. My bad. My bad.
No,
All
every
right, Zoe,
time
man,
I'm
we
about
thought
to,
you was
every
sick,
time I'm about to
man.
break
Shit,
the shit
relax,
down.
Zoe.
For one, I wasn't sick. My head was hurting. I get migraines. I have a condition where I get migraines. So
Oh, we
anyway,
thought you had AIDS. That's crazy. Go ahead,
and
Doc.
no, don't worry. I'm not you. Don't worry. I
I
don't do
thought
the
you
poop soup.
I thought you ate some booty.
But
Anyway, go ahead, dog.
Zoe ain't gonna say nothing on this man.
you know what? This episode was yours. Y'all can have this episode.
Yes,
Every time I'm
if
about
I
to say
get sick,
something,
if I
fuck
get
it.
sick, I'm not
Don't
telling
even worry
none of
about
y'all.
it. Don't even worry about it, Doc.
You
Go ahead.
already know us.
I'm here to talk. You just listen today. Fuck y'all. I hate y'all. Suck a dick.
Go ahead, Doc.
Go ahead, my dude. Go ahead. Go
I ain't
ahead.
got nothing to say.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
listening.
All
There you
right,
go.
booty.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
All
All right, well, booty eating there. All right.
Man, come on, man. No, say something, bro. You came in, Zoe. Come on and say something, Zoe. You
Right.
came
Say
in.
something, dog.
You're shallow.
Say
Fuck you,
something.
Marcus.
It's,
Fuck you, Ralph. And
it's
fuck you,
pinky,
Mo.
nigga.
Okay?
Pinky knuckle.
Fuck all
I,
y'all.
I,
You little peak
I
ass
can put.
motherfucker.
Now, let me tell you what Zoe said. All right, he said that he's selfish as hell. He don't give a damn about his girl. That's what he told me.
Oh, gee.
Ooh, I thought I heard him say that too. Unless he speaks now or
Right.
forever holds his peace.
Is this true, though?
No,
Is
no, we
this true?
messing with him. We
Oh,
messing with
Jesus. Come on, y'all. Shit.
him. I'm trying to make him talk.
Oh, I was
Well,
trying to talk, but y'all niggas just was kept cut me
I
off,
will
though.
tell you,
It's
Zoe
all good.
did tell me the other day he is deciding to come out of the closet if you don't speak now.
Wow.
Right, man.
Here he is.
Right,
Woo.
No,
Zof-
but on some real stuff, homie. Go ahead. For real.
Zofina.
Well, I had a situation where I was in a relationship with somebody who was very selfish. Situation was I was married, and when I was married, my wife at the time she lost her job. So instead of getting another job or even getting on unemployment, she chose not to, and she chose for me to pay the bills. And so as it got to the point where I was paying both car notes, trying to pay for the apartment too, I ended up letting my car go so she could have a car. We had just had my son, and so my car got repoed. She kept her car and everything, and it got to the point where all I kept asking her, "Hey, look, can you just get on child? No, I'm not child support. I'm sorry, but unemployment and shit because we needed the extra money. And like I was working 12 hours a day, and I couldn't keep up. And it got to the point where I realized that being unselfish has its negative traits that come along with it too. Because I continuously pushed and pushed and pushed, thinking it was doing it for my family, but at the time, man, I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? Apartment was in my name, car was in my name, lost all that shit at the time because she just didn't even. I don't know, man. They're stupid. That's why. That's why, man. And I realized at that point that I couldn't deal with another selfish person because I gave it my all, man. I gave it my all and I lost everything at the same damn time. And it was one of the things that just took a minute for me to get out of. And what I realized since that time is that I've been somewhat selfish myself. And let me ask you guys if you think this is kind of selfish. I feel like as over a period of time after that shit happened, Ralph, you was there. You know what I'm saying? Out of everybody here, you know a lot of shit. I got to the point where I stopped communicating as much with my feelings towards the person I'm dating. And I think a lot of you guys can even see it. You, Moan, Ralph. I just recently started doing the communicating thing, but I think for a long period of time, I was selfish with my feelings when it came to mostly all my relationships, even with my friends, because I didn't want to express myself or even give a little piece of myself out there because I felt as though I couldn't. And that selfishness for my own feelings towards other people and communicating caused a lot of situations to happen over a period of time. So I bring all that up to say that I felt as though it was necessary for me to be selfish with my feelings and my thoughts and everything to keep myself from falling down that same rabbit hole I created when I was married and I got fucked over. You know what I'm saying? And I realize now that it caused a lot of the anxiety and angst that I've had since that point in my life because I was being selfish with my own feelings instead of being able to communicate it. And that caused relationships to fall. It caused my situations with work at the time and shit like that to go down the drain. And me being selfish with the way I was thinking, my feelings and my thoughts really did hinder my growth as a person for a long period of time because of the fact of my past. So my past created a situation in which selfishness was a big part of every single, not even just romantic relationships, not even just relationships, period. Even with for a second, my son, because I didn't want to be emotionally available because I kind of just got cold over that point, because I was, man, Marcus, Ralph, y'all knew me back in the day when I was a kid. I was the guy who would smile and give a fuck, but at the same time, I was acting like I was cold, but I was everybody's friend. Everybody's friend. I was a softie, but I just looked like I was about to beat your ass. And over a period of time, I lost that for so many years because I thought that me being selfish with my feelings and my thoughts was something that was important. So, you guys feel like that was being selfish, or was that being? What do you guys think about that?
Well, you
Um,
showed a little bit of selfish. Well, it's a combination, right? You're selfish
Mhm,
with yourself, number one, where you was
yeah.
unfair to yourself. Whatever
Mhm,
you took from the past, you allowed you to be a certain kind of way to somebody that's new. So you was
mhm.
unfair and bad selfish with yourself. But at the
And
same
before.
time, you were learning in the midst because you're talking about your younger days, right?
Mhm, mhm, yeah.
Okay, so this one we were all young and stupid, and we haven't developed our decision making up here yet.
Mhm.
Growing up, you think you're grown when you're 18, but you're not,
Right here.
and you only did what you knew best. The only problem with that is that if you allow that to linger and let that become you, for you to be unfair to everybody else in the future.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there you go.
No,
You can't
And
be
no.
that's
So
that's
selfish.
that's what
You
I
can't
did.
be. You can't continue to be selfish with people that's in your corner that's allowing you to be unselfish because of someone who caused you to be selfish. You get what I'm saying? Like it's almost like me
Conflict.
where you get what I'm saying? Like it's like me, like, oh yeah, I gave to a charity and they robbed me. So I'm not giving to no more charities.
right.
I can't just, you know what I'm saying? I cannot look at one charity and think they're all the same because of that one charity. You know
You're
what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
So
I did for a long
in,
time.
in that particular situation, I would love it if you could
excuse me for a second,
be more
gentlemen.
open with the people that you feel comfortable being open with, other than
Yeah.
just shielding yourself off because of this one person took full advantage of you. I'm gonna be honest with you, they took full advantage of you. No, they're not looking for a job. They're not gonna get an employment. Why? Because I'm taken care of. I don't need nothing else. And the sad thing about it is, she was being more selfish with what you were providing on her own. And I'm not trying to knock anything. Just like I said, even in my situation, I wasn't mad at the fact that I had to come up with what I had to come up with, what was done. I was more so like, damn, I wish I would have had a conversation so I could know what to do. In your situation, you was completely blindsided. You were in a situation where you thought you were being human, helping out, and this, that, and the third, and someone took advantage of you. And it put you in a place where now you want to be selfish, now you want to be cold, but it doesn't go to everybody. Like I hope to
Mhm.
God that you do get something out of this where you can come to be more open to the people that you feel you should be open to, and
Well,
shut down to the people that don't deserve that.
I'm
People
gonna
don't
tell you,
deserve it. I ain't gonna
I'm
lie
gonna
to
tell
you.
you one thing,
Let's
Mark.
before we go further though,
Um,
let's all be honest with ourselves. We ain't perfect, right?
No,
All we
hell
all
no.
agree to that.
Hell no.
Sometimes it's easier to have these conversations than you to actually do it. So some
Absolutely.
of us is probably still going through this now.
Absolutely.
I will
At
say
the
this,
other, go ahead,
that, and I don't mean to cut you off, my friend.
go ahead.
But lately, and when you guys have actually been witness to this, it's actually been amazing in my particular opinion, especially in my mentality. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
It
there
was.
you go. Yeah.
But you know, it's been great to be able to break my own mental barriers down with myself, with my feelings and my thoughts and everything. And again, I've learned to let a lot of that go because again, like Mel said, it festered. It festered, and you know, actually, honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, it fucked up a lot of relationships I had in my life because I just thought everybody using me for something. You know what I'm saying? So why you
Hey,
got the camera off? What?
you know,
You talking? That's what I got.
Talking, goddamn.
hey, hey, you know, I feel you on that level, bro, because your ex-wife and my baby mama were both best friends at one point in time, and
Birds of a feather.
man, boy, when I tell you, bro, them some anyway. Whew, boy, it's a lot of
Richard,
it's
come on, Richard.
a lot of things that I can say, but my beautiful daughter is here right now. I ain't got time to explain why I went in on my mama like that. But no,
Look here,
I
you
feel you.
fucked, and this
I
is what
feel you.
happened.
I feel you though, because you know I went down that same dark path, right? I was extra selfish with everything because she was extra selfish with me when I was in a relationship. You know, it was a bunch of just take, no give. And I was expected to give, even though I got nothing in return, nothing but a hard time in return. So, you know, for a little bit, not as long as you, for a little bit, I was real to myself, kept to myself, didn't say shit to nobody, didn't really want to deal with nobody. But I also know me. I need, like, I actually do need people. I need other people, other interactions to help me get out of a funk, right? And all y'all know I'm goofy. I don't got no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? My medicine is hearing other people laugh. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they laughing with me.
Since you've been a
You know what
kid,
I'm
dog.
saying?
Since you've been a kid.
It's right. Since I've been little. You know what I'm saying? Whether they laughing at me or with me, if they laughing, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm doing something right in the world. But, you know, is it selfish to be that way? 110% to me it is. Because you're being selfish to the other people and you're being selfish to yourself. But this is the best part about growing. You learn, you move forward, and you don't make those mistakes, hopefully, again. You know what I'm saying? You start to learn that everybody's not the same, everybody's not using you. You learn who to keep and who to cut off. You know what I mean? That's all these things happen for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I used to be really upset, like, why is this shit happening to me? I feel like I'm a pretty decent guy. You know, it's just shit happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I try to take everything fucked up that happens as a learning situation, so I don't have to go through it again. So I don't have to create this big ass selfish circle all over again. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because eventually, like everybody, like Moan said, nobody's perfect. We're all going to break. You know what I'm saying? We're all going to have cracks. We will never always be smooth. You know what I'm saying? We try to be perfect. It's almost perfect. But anyway, we try to be perfect, but we know we never can be perfect, right? I
You
feel
threw
like
that
as
in.
long as you're trying, you know what I'm saying, you're going down the right path of doing everything the right way, right? You're learning different ways on not to be selfish. You learn when you're being selfish, and then you stop, or you figure out it's not you being selfish. This is just some shit you needed to do.
And it's funny, I'm guilty of that. I can admit to that. I'm guilty of being to the point where somebody will help me. And I mean, I'll be so focused on what the help is for that I would neglect the fact that they help me. I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty of that. Where I'll be like, shit, I need this, that, and the third. They're like, oh, I got you. And then I get it, and I'm like, shit, let me take care of this. And I take care of it. And I just be like, okay, it's done. I'm guilty of that. And I hate that shit about me. But like you said, as long as we're working towards being something better than what we are, that's a good thing. Because one thing somebody told me, they said, what makes you happy? And everything I described was making others
Dang.
happy.
Yeah.
And they called me out on it. They said, why is everything that you're saying that makes you happy is making everybody else happy? What have you done to make you happy? And I swear to God, that's what caused this whole topic. Because
Hey, I know.
I didn't have an answer. I didn't have an answer that what made me actually happy. because all my happiness was involving with
This
what made
nigga
other
stood
people.
up.
Hey, I know exactly who Facebook user is.
Yeah,
now.
I'm about to say that too. I found out who it was.
I know exactly who that is.
So
What up, Story, baby?
Nori, what's happening?
that's
I
one thing
saw
I'm
it when I
gonna
went
do.
back to Facebook.
Yeah, that's my homie
Yeah.
right there.
So, but we over an hour. We're not saying we have to leave, but I mean, we can continue this conversation for another few minutes if you guys got more. I don't mind.
I mean,
I know Zoe just got in here, huh?
I could go on this shit for hours, bro.
No, this is a great topic.
Yeah.
I actually love what we got. I actually do love what we got. It's really up to you guys. If we want to end it, we can end it. If we want to have a part 2 or follow
Let's
up
have
on
a
it.
part 2. Let's have a
Part 2?
I'm down with a part 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not next week though, or maybe.
No. We'll schedule a part 2 out and we'll get some people in here.
Yeah,
That's
get
smart.
more.
I like that.
We'll get the opposite sex in here
Yeah,
to weigh in
absolutely.
on
That'd be
selfishness
nice.
because
Gotta love vagina.
what
Hey, Ramon, it's gonna have to be a follow up now.
and
I do
and
want
the
to say
thing
that
is-
probably have to be a follow up for next Sunday, if possible. Just to,
Let's
I know.
give a
We'll
little bit of
see.
time.
Yeah, we'll chat about that one after the podcast, man. But I think it's really important to get the females' input because I know a lot of times they have battles themselves, at
Absolutely.
least, from, me on the outside looking in or me on the outside listening to friends, about how they feel about being selfish, to their significant other or to themselves too. It's a lot of women out here, which I give so much fucking props to.
yeah, they do a lot.
Moms out here that
do a
like,
lot.
yo, I really want to go and do this shit, but I really gotta spend this time with my kid. Or they feel responsible. They feel more responsible than most men do about taking care of the kid, right? And some of them do, and some of them don't. Either way, it's always an internal battle, just like us. You know what I'm saying? We feel like it's super responsible or our jobs to make sure the household is taken care of. And when we don't, we feel like we failed. And this may not be the case. You know how hard it was for me to realize that Robin's actually making better money than me. And this is a new thing. So when it first started happening, I'm like, oh shit, I'm a bitch. Fuck.
Yeah, man. She's making more money than you, and she breastfeeding. So take that.
Well, that's not true. She didn't breastfeed. But that's
No.
that's not true. But I mean, it's a new thing to me, right? Because for years, for a solid 7 years, you know what I'm saying, I was the bread man. You know what I'm saying? I had the cake.
Yeah, that's me.
You know what I'm saying? When we started our cleaning business, my job back then, when we started our cleaning business, I was like, yo, I'm making enough money. I want you to quit your job. I want you to think about what you want to do. She quit her job. We created a company. She ran the company. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like I can't do that. I feel like she could possibly do that, and it feels weird. It feels weird as fuck to know that.
It's not weird. It's how
It's
things
not.
are
It's
now
not
these days.
weird.
Women are making a lot more money
Yeah,
than
that's
men.
the
Period.
world we're in now, though. That's the
Yeah,
world we're
it's
in.
not wrong. I have a problem
Right,
with
and I'm not upset about it. It's just fucking weird because it hasn't been
Yeah,
that
man,
way.
if
You
she
like
come in the
being a
room
provider.
now, if she come in the room
Hey.
with a stuff on, Ralph.
You coming to look at stuff? Let me tell you something.
Let me tell
me
you
tell you
something, nigga. I
Okay.
make the money, and you gonna take this.
You gonna be the nigga. You gonna be on the night.
That's all.
I'm the man tonight. He gonna be like, yeah.
I hate you.
In tonight's news,
I truly hate
a
you.
woman found in the house, skinned alive. Try me if you want to. Try me if you want to. And then I will fucking
Yes,
peel her muffin cap back blue.
Yes, Robbie gonna pick you and put you on the counter, though. You gonna take it.
No, don't say that.
Bro,
Oh, no.
wait a minute. Okay, listen.
You're like, oh.
Listen.
You that late night special.
Yo,
Oh,
I
you
swear. I watch, and this is off topic. but I
Rob's gonna be
watched the
like,
video,
baby,
dog.
it's yours.
And this dude, this girl, they were like, he was videotaping them, and they were like getting intimate. They was all over each other. She picked him up, put him on the counter. He jumped down. He was like, "Why in the fuck would you do that? Why would you pick me up like that? My feet was fucking dangling and shit." He was like, "You think that shit is sexy?" He was pissed. He was pissed. Never. And one, I'm too fat. She tried to pick me up. She already got a bad back. She already know better. She'll break her shit. It'll be over.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Women has their ways. Let's just be honest. Okay,
Listen, she may have her
vagina is
ways,
a
but
powerful thing.
I'm not getting on no dolly.
They
That's the
start
only
wars.
way I'm getting up on the goddamn counter.
Hey man, we are hour and 12, man. What we doing?
Right? Well, I'm talking about dumb shit. That's what the fuck we
Mark,
doing.
no, this
Hey,
about to go bad.
This the Indian. We had the
hey,
everything podcast part right now.
right. This is the all the
Right,
above.
this is
baby.
everything
This
podcast.
is all the
Not
above.
anything, this is
This on the
everything.
Ralphie taking shit up the poop shoot, nigga. Like,
Pause, motherfucker. I don't. The fuck?
Robin come out there with
Quit being
that
selfish, Ralph.
boy on there. With
Quit
the
being
poop.
selfish.
Hey, we talking about selfish. You quit being selfish. Let it take
Right.
your boo
All
off.
right, I can't wait.
Right,
Alice gonna put your ass on a shelf.
Go
Okay.
come get that poop
Alice gonna
shit.
bend your ass over a shelf. That's what she gonna do. How about that?
Right over there, right next to the Halo fucking damn.
Huh? She gonna walk down them steps. All you gonna hear is,
Get that bitch out real quick.
oh,
Master
I
Chief.
see that booty jiggling.
I'm trying to destroy the covenant. All right. So
she
here's
got
a
the
little
energy
split. Hey, you know they got a prop for that, dog. You gonna get it from GameStop. Put that boy right up your.
yeah, she's gonna put a prop right up you too. Right?
All right. Oh.
All right. So here's I don't think this is something that we don't talk about as much. Is we always talk about how you guys can always communicate with us, right? This is our Discord. This is our community. We have a lot of things in here. So just to give you a quick thing, whenever you get in here, we have a bot that automatically lets us know that someone has joined our community or leave our community, right? Just like this whole ass nigga here. Anyway, so so we have a main chat. We have an area where it's nothing but memes. I mean, it's hilarious. You guys got to come by, and we also got videos.
Whole mouth in their hand though.
You ain't see the meme,
I didn't see that one. That is, tell me that's not facts. They grab your mouth like that and be like, you better shut the fuck up.
So you can access our community here if you go on our webpage. But we have videos of laughter, and then we got our podcast section, right? So anytime somebody buys merch, it posts here so we all can see it and we all can tell you thank you, right? So, and you know, a lot of people haven't purchased a lot of things, but we're working on that. You know, you do have those people who be like, oh yeah, I got you, but they don't buy nothing, right? So I mean, it is what it is. We also have our main chat. We have our main chat. Anytime we post on YouTube, it automatically comes here, top requests and everything else, and then our Twitter page, right? We also have different scenarios. Everything don't have to be about the podcast and the main thing. We talk about crypto and investments on here. So we have, you know, stocks and stuff. We have a merch section. You know, this is before I even had a store and all that, but Solo Store is on here as well. Right. And then we have our interests, right? So we have gaming, we have everything in here. We also have comics, you know, between anime and Marvel. So we have videos that automatically come in here. And we also got Max's and Stubbs channel in here too. So whenever they post something or wherever they release something, it goes straight to our Discord so we all can know. And then down here is a section where we always in a chat with each other. So we can talk to each other. We do voice chat. We do video chats. We come in here. Sometimes we have a drink with each other. We'll celebrate birthdays. You know, it's just an area for us to have fun. So if you guys think about ever joining, you're more than welcome to come in here. You see, we got
real quick too. A lot of times, bro, you know, I know I get like phone calls from some of my friends and shit. A lot of times you will catch me in this Discord on the voice channels where it says violence chat or general chat. You can all, I mean, we are there 90% of the freaking time.
Yeah.
So if you're ever trying to get in touch with me and I can't answer the phone, that shit is usually on. I'll hear you. I will hear you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then as you can see, we got a nice size community, 75 people that's not online right now. And then all the people that are online, but these is our bots right here. This is what does all the heavy lifting for us. You know.
Yeah.
Now to our webpage, right? We got a few updates. Mark finally got his profile page. So if you tap him, it's not final because Mark is going to cuss me out, but this is what shows up. And then his bio at the bottom, right? And then we finally got our second podcast that we power, you know, sports, entertainment, and drinks. And they have their own page here. you're able to get to know the guys, you get to know their interests and what they talk about, and their episodes will be posted here. And more content is to come from these guys as well. You know,
Hey, scroll up
this
real
ain't
quick.
Dog, they
You
be
see
having
that dude? You see that dude right there at the end? Scroll back down. You see that dude right there at the end, Big Marv? That is actually Heavy D's twin. So when you come in there, make sure you say what up to Heavy D's twin. Okay, he's a good dude, bro. He's got a couple of hot bars for you. Diddly 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 dee. I'm just saying, he's the overweight lover in the house. Anyway, please keep going, big dog. Go ahead.
Terrible.
Yeah. So expect for another fellas podcast series to come out, right? So we're gonna get hopefully some new guys here. Hopefully we can get Tony back. Well, we added him in here because we tried, and hopefully we can get him back, get his microphone and stuff working. But same thing, episodes is here, our pictures will be here and all that stuff. So
Was he holding a sandwich in that picture?
Don't worry about that. Just go.
Tony?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. Look at Tony. On the
He just beat somebody up for their lunch.
So I know we always talk about it back on our merch store. Reason why I'm talking about it right now is because we have a new shirt. It's limited at time. He can't help himself. It's limited time, but this is our Juneteenth shirt. We have different colors, right? You got the dark gray, and we have yellow. I like the yellow one. That's the one I'm going to order from the store. We have a light gray, and then we have a white. So it's limited time. We end this June 19th. So June 19th. So make sure you guys go and purchase your shirt. Very limited time. And anytime you guys make a purchase from our store, it goes towards us making advertisements so we can reach further audience. So we're not taking profits from it. It goes straight to the podcast, and it goes straight to help us reach out there so we can somewhat blow up. Because I would like to start working and do a YouTube. That'd be nice.
There. We'll definitely get there.
Yeah. And look at this fool. So him and Mark, what are you gonna do with him, Zoe?
It's them too. We gotta worry about that.
Tony look like he beat somebody ass when they lunch.
Anyway, if you guys are just please like, subscribe to our page. We truly appreciate it. Anytime you like or subscribe, it helps with the algorithm to help us get out there even more. But other than that, do you guys got anything else? I'm asking you, so you got anything else?
Oh, nah, man. Nope.
All right, we
Give me
out.
a sandwich.